You take me on the journey of you learning, because the willingness to try is an inspiration.
I'm a little nervous if I'm being honest with you, because, it's my first time like meeting you, and it's just, it's great just to meet you, be able to talk to you for the first time. And I just want to let you know that I really enjoy your content, and just, I really believe in your message.
Cool, man. Appreciate you. Well, this is it. Listen, we do things that make us nervous and scared. So this is it. It's happening.
I want to be a high performance coach. I want to be able to teach people personal development, teach them how to develop the skills, the mindset, pretty much anything they need in order to be able to achieve their dreams and to really be proud of the person that they are at the end of their life.
Okay.
So I guess my first question is, because I'm not exactly sure how to get on that track. So I've started out making Instagram videos. Like, it was only just about 2 weeks ago that I actually started making Instagram videos, because I took Brendan Burchard's 1 week trial course for influencer program, in which case he said something which was, even if you don't necessarily have all the knowledge of, experts, you at the very least have a perspective. And that's when I realized, okay, I'm being scared for no reason. It's good to just put it out there and at the very least start developing that skill, which when I put the videos out there, they're not very good. They're very cringeworthy, but that's to be expected since it's like my first time. And, I'm always nervous when I'm making my videos. But yeah, I guess I'm not exactly sure necessarily what steps to take. Like, I'm very new to social media. Like, literally, this was the first year I started actually creating social media. I've sometimes used it to watch others, but I've never used it myself. So all the mechanics of it, I don't understand. And I do want to be an influencer. So it's just, I'm just not 100% sure where to start, what I should be studying, and just take those beginning steps.
Yeah. So if you want to be a speaker, then you need to practice speaking every single day.
Right.
And when we're through this whole COVID thing, it's trying to get as many actual speaking gigs, in front of an audience. And at the beginning, my first speaking gig in North America was at a YMCA. So, YMCA, your old high school, any groups that deal with, orphans, orphanages, anything that ties back into your past, to say, hey, I came through your system. I want to give back and I want to help. Here's what I've gone through. And you just get the practice for free at the beginning, just to have another human in front of you listening to your message and realize the impact that it can have. My YMCA speech was 3 people for free. And that was my starting point, right?
What if I'm not necessarily it's one thing that I kind of understand a little bit about personal development, but it's another thing to actually teach it. And there's many things I'm still learning about high performance, personal development, coaching, and all that.
Yeah. So this is
what if you don't necessarily a master? What if you're not necessarily a expert, so to speak, on that?
You're an expert in your life. You're an expert in what you've come through. There's a lot of people who will have similar circumstances you had, and feel lost and hopeless. They feel like, hey, I never knew my parents, and so I can't be a success. There's a lot of people with that kind of mindset, and they'll look at you and say, man, it's possible. And so you are never done your journey of growth. Brendan Burchard has not done his journey of growth. I was just hanging with him in Puerto Rico a couple months ago, right? He's still learning. He's still growing. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. You're constantly evolving. You're not done evolving, especially if that's going to be, part of what you're doing, growth, empower, right? The more that you learn and grow, the more you can empower others to learn and grow as well.
Right.
Now, every time you take a step, then you can help somebody else get to that same step. So, you might be on step 4 right now. Brendan Burchard may be on step 200, right? Awesome, right? But he's not done. There is no maximum step. He's still climbing. He wants to be at 250 next year and then 300. He wants to keep growing too. So if you're at step 4, that's awesome. The 2 things you can do is, 1, teach people how to get to step 4. You can do that. You can show people how to start this journey because you've already done that. You're an expert on getting to step 4. right? That's great. I mean, it's not. There's a lot of people who haven't done step 1 yet, and those people you can help. Like that was you 2 years ago. It's 2 years on personal development. How long you been doing it?
Yeah, about 2.5. Yeah,
So,
2.5 years.
Like 2.5 years ago was a guy who was a totally different guy than he is right now.
Yeah, I couldn't speak. Like everybody said, I always looked down. I couldn't. Yeah,
nothing. And you had the good fortune of coming across some books and coming across a mentor and being in the right place at the right time. Awesome. Now you could be that person for other people, whether it's like live face to face or whether that's through videos and things that you're creating. The guy who you were, the Jay from 2.5 years ago, there's a lot of people who currently are like that right now. And you can go and talk to them. And you're an expert at that because that's who you were. But right now, all you can do is help them get to step 4 because that's the step that you're at. And every time you take another step, you can teach people how to get to step 5 and then 6 and then 7. The more you evolve and grow and learn, the more you can help other people evolve and grow and learn as well. You can empower them.
So how do I know? So like, how do I know like what things to teach them till they get to the step that I'm at? Like,
so you need to mix up your content between. So think about even your speeches between what you're currently going through, because you're learning. So you're not an expert on the things you're learning at yet.
No.
So you're learning, and you're an expert at something. So right now you might be only 5% expert and 95% learning.
Yes.
That's okay though. Like that's awesome. It's great, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You take me on the journey of you learning. So you can film the process or write about the process or make audio recordings of the process of you learning. So I'm starting my journey on social media. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm going to try because I know that my mission is to empower other people. And so, a year ago I knew zero about social. Now I know I have to hop on an Instagram Live. So I'm going to hop on with Evan Carmichael. We're going to do an Instagram Live together. It's my first one. I'm super nervous. I don't know what I'm doing, but I have to say yes. I have to try. I'm scared. My heart's beating out of my chest. I couldn't sleep last night, or like whatever you're actually going through. You take me inside your thought process because the willingness to try is an inspiration. The fact that even though that you don't have the answers, the fact that you're willing to go off and try something is inspiring to somebody else to go off and try something in their life as well.
Oh, because I've started out, because I just now got the new book, Limitless by Jim Quick. So I've started out teaching the things that I'm learning in there, trying to, post some things that like some key takeaways that I'm getting from that book and just kind of seeing how that's working out. So
what I would do is, you need to constantly be learning and evolving and growing and empowering yourself. Like empower starts with empowering you. Before you empower others, you got to empower yourself. And that's going to come from learning from the people that you look up to and respect and want to learn from. So you could take pieces from Jim and pieces from me and pieces from Brendan and pieces from Les and pieces like whoever it is that you need at different times and go learn from them. I would then think, here's the next secret is like, how do you apply that to your life? So instead of just teaching me what Jim is doing, you apply it to your life. So like if Jim is teaching how to memorize names, maybe you're really bad at remembering people's names. But now you're like, hey, this month I want to make a conscious effort to remember people's names. Jim said how to do it like this. You apply it and you take me inside the journey of you learning from Jim Quick. And inevitably out of it, you're going to make some tweaks. It's not going to work exact. It's like you're trying on Jim's hat and it's going to kind of fit, but not quite. And you got to make some tweaks and adjustments so that it fits you. So you're going to take little pieces from Jim and Brendan. And the more you expose yourself, the more you empower yourself to go learn from other people. You'll take different pieces from different people and take this thing from Jim and this thing from Brendan. And then they merge together in a way that only you can see. That becomes the thing that then you teach. So Brendan has his high performance habits journal. I don't know if you've seen that or not, right? It goes through his morning routine of what you need to go through what he goes through every morning for his morning routine. It's great. I've been through it. I love it. You can go through it. You can play with it. It's not going to fit 100% because that's Brendan's morning routine. But if you take 3 things from it and apply it to you, Now you've taken his thing, you've added your own twist on top of it, and then that's something that you can teach. So every time you learn, I wouldn't just teach Jim Quick's thing.
Right.
I would digest what Jim is saying, apply it to your life, take me inside the journey of you learning it. So if you're reading his book right now, every day, if you're reading more of the book, that could be a video of you talking about what you learned today from Jim's book and how you got inspired and where does it hold you back? Where does maybe you told yourself that you were a stupid guy when you were younger. Maybe you felt like you could memorize things when you were younger or whatever. Like you didn't have an empowering belief system 5 years ago. Right? So like take me inside that journey and why you pick up the book and what you're learning from it. So you don't have to be an expert and you can expect to make mistakes and not have all the answers because you're not pretending to be an expert on it yet. Once you apply it, once you start learning it, once you have a kick-ass morning routine, once you start memorizing names, once you like whatever the thing is that you're trying to learn, then you can go back and start to teach it. And it won't be exactly the same way Jim teached it or Brendan teached it because you're going to have to make some tweaks. Modeling success will take you 80% of the way, but then all you become is a junior Jim Quick or a junior Brendan Burchard.
Yeah.
You have to make those final tweaks to your life because it's not going to fit quite exactly. So you're showing the journey of you learning, and as you learn, then you can start to teach.
Right. Okay, I got you. Okay, because I've been doing that myself because I've actually learned that because I tried when I was first beginning. I tried doing everybody's morning routines, but I found out quickly that doesn't work. Like trying to do like an hour of meditation, then going to this thing and then that thing. Okay, so I've already kind of begun the steps of kind of implementing it in my own life. It's just sometimes it's kind of like whenever I try to teach like the concepts that I'm learning, it just does not come out the way that, well, I guess the way that I wanted to. And I don't know, I guess I don't necessarily end up explaining it the correct way or helping people the way I want to.
So there's two things with that. The first is just depth of knowledge. Because if all you've done is read Jim Quick's book, you don't have the depth of knowledge that Jim Quick has on that topic. So if you try 100 different morning routines, you'll have a really deep well of knowledge about morning routines. So somebody, even if meditation doesn't work for you and is not part of your routine, you tried it for a week, you've been through it, you know the different methods, and you've experimented at least to know, so you have depth of knowledge. So that's the first area. Just the more you experience, the more you can talk about it. The second part is just going to be communication skills, just practicing speaking, getting the message out, being comfortable in front of the camera, talking in a way that people understand you. Those two things will come together. And again, I wouldn't be super hard on myself yet because you're at the early stage. You didn't even have social media, you know. You're at the early stages. That's okay. You know, you're supposed to suck at the beginning. So then just take people inside the journey. Like if you're practicing your morning routine, I would make a video series, for example, talking about everybody that I read from and learn from has a powerful morning routine. I don't think my morning routine is on point yet. You know, I'm still working to try to find it. And so for the next month, I'm going to try 6 different morning routines and practice them for 5 days in a row. And I'm just going to see what works and what doesn't work. And so like week 1 is going to be meditation. And week 2 is going to be journaling. And week 3 is going to be working out first thing. And you do it, you know, for 5 days in a row. And you show the journey, right? It's like the 20-20-20 from Robin Sharma or the 5-minute routine morning, whatever. And the like journaling first thing. Awesome. Like you try it, right?
Right.
And that could be a whole video. It's just, I tried the 20-20-20 from Robin Sharma for a week. And here's how I felt. You're probably going to take something from that. Like you're likely not going to say, I hated every minute of it. This totally sucks. It's not for me. You might say, you know what, the first 20 I didn't connect with, but the next 20, I feel like that's kind of missing from my life. And I'm going to actually extend it to 25 or to 30 because I really need that more in my life. Right. And so you do it and then you show the journey and then you get some kind of result. And then now you can teach the result that you got for other people who are like you.
Okay. So in terms of creating content, so right now all I've been doing is just putting content on Instagram simply because I just don't necessarily have the time to like do editing for YouTube or different things like that. So should I just stick with that up until I graduate this fall?
Yeah, and I wouldn't worry so much. I wouldn't worry so much about the production quality of the YouTube videos yet. Nobody's watching anyway. yet, right? I mean, this is really just,
Right.
it's practice. It's just
Right.
like when when you're practicing doing a speech, I'll practice talking to my dog, or I'll practice talking to the plants, or like
I do that all the
the
time.
light, right? It's like, this is it. Like, you're practicing getting it out there. So it doesn't matter if people watch the videos or not. And it definitely doesn't matter if it's super edited or not. YouTube, just think of it as more long form. So you're looking at videos that, are 10 minutes plus of you going through the journey of something. If you want to really take this seriously, you should be doing both.
Right.
If you're making one video a month, you're just never going to get good. Like, you try practicing anything once a month, you'll just never pick up the skill set, right? So you have to empower yourself to jump in. And that comes by giving yourself the freedom to make mistakes and not have it be perfect. Because growth is messy.
Right.
And that's okay. Mm-hmm. So if I'm you, if you really want to be in a different spot for a year from today, I'd be looking at, how do I make Instagram videos every single day, Instagram stories for sure every single day, taking me on the journey of what you're doing. And I'd be doing multiple YouTube videos a week and not worry about the editing. Just go straight in. Okay.
That's part I wasn't sure about. Like I said, this is also very new to me. And not personal development per se, because a lot of habits and routines I've been implementing. Mm-hmm. It's just the idea of actually creating content, ever getting into coaching and just different things like that, and actually being able to.
So what's one thing in a morning routine that you have tried in the past year that has really worked for you?
Oh, getting up and making my bed. First thing, start out making my bed. The next thing I do, I always do like a slight exercise, small exercise, just to get my heart pumping.
Okay, so before you made the bed, like, when did you start making the bed consistently? How long ago?
I would say about a year ago.
So up until then, like, you never made your bed in the morning?
I would say never, but I didn't do it with intention. Like the reason why I do it now is because it's the idea of starting with the thing of excellence each day. Because I'm not sure if you've ever seen the video of the military general explaining why you should make your bed. Yeah. So the idea of starting with excellence and then, exercise, get your heart pumping. That way you're very quick during the day.
But here's the thing. You can make a video. This is a good practice video. This is actually want you to take home homework, make this video and post it to YouTube. Is just about making your bed. And so you take your phone, you flip it sideways, right, for YouTube, and you go to your bedroom. And you say, up until a year ago, I never used to make my bed consistently or with any intention. And then I found this speech about this general who talked about, you need to start your day with excellence. And when you start your day by doing something as simple as making a bed, then we're not asking to do something crazy. Like, it takes me, I don't know however long it takes you, 45 seconds or 2 minutes to make your bed. It sets up your mindset that I'm an achiever and I'm going to go have an excellent day. I'll show you what I do. Then you put the phone on like the balcony, on like a cupboard or something. And then you go and you make the bed. And say, I do this every single morning now. And this may sound crazy, but at the end of making my bed, I feel like I'm set for the day. I'm ready to go off and have a great day. And a year ago, I would have thought you were crazy. If you told me that something that simple would have an impact on my life, I think you're crazy. Like that 45 seconds would make me feel better about myself, I'd say is nuts. But what's happened is, and then whatever, like as a result of doing that, now I'm more motivated to go work out, and now I'm motivated to go chase down my goals, and now I feel like it's possible. Whatever happened to you,
wherever the story is,
and then it's your story. Like, how is it? When I asked you, what's the most impactful thing of your morning routine that you've discovered in the past year, and you said, make my bed first thing. So now tell me why that had such a big impact on your life, right? And that's a video. That's a 10-minute video, and just do it straight, like no editing. Just take me into your life for 10 minutes. And then, and then you wrap it up with So if this sounds interesting for you, if you're feeling like you're starting the day and you're not motivated and you're not having excellence in your life, I challenge you for the next week. Just wake up and 45 seconds, make your bed, see how it makes you feel.
Right.
And post just
you.
as it is, right? Like it's a 10-minute video that takes you 10 minutes to record.
Right. Yeah, I guess the biggest thing that has ever held me back from ever making content was I think I was trying to be like I wanted to wait till I had all the knowledge, all the book, like where I could teach expertly. But yeah, I realized that kind of like that kept me back for the longest time. And it's just good to hear this again and know that it's okay to start like where you're at.
Yeah, and you'll never have enough knowledge.
Right. You never stop.
And that's great. There's always something to learn. Like if there was nothing else to learn, you'd start to get depressed because people want to grow. You need to continue to empower yourself to keep learning more things.
Right. That's why I love personal development.
Yeah, man. But it's also not your message. If you look into who you want to talk to and help empower, is your message to them, hey, never start until you're perfect. Right.
And that's why I started making Instagram videos, because I realized that, wow, especially after, hearing this training, it was kind of like, I could just easily start making videos, even if they're not good. And it was just like, it was just a real eye opener for me. It's like, time to get started. Like, I was hesitant to do a lot of things, but, as I realized, and I've watched guys like you and other people, is, you don't have to be great when you start, but you have to start to be great. Right. And the biggest thing was because, I'm not a certified coach. I'm not a life coach. I want to be those things, but I'm not.
It doesn't matter.
It's kind of like the mentality that kept me back. So,
it doesn't mean anything. It's really, it's empowering yourself to know that you can help. That you're only going to help with the things that you know that you can help in, right? That 5% that you're an expert at, that's where you're going to go deep and say, hey, I know this stuff inside out. Like, I know what it's like to be an orphan. Like, I'm not an orphan. I got nothing. Like, I can listen, but I can't give advice on what an orphan, how do you manage that identity? Like, I don't know, but you can. You've been through it. You're an expert at it. And then on all the other stuff, you're just showing the journey of how you're learning. Like a year ago, you didn't make your bed every day, and now you do. And here's what you've learned and how you're getting better. And then show me what you're going to do next. Like, hey, this week I'm going to be reading Jim Quick's book, and I'm learning about mega learning. And I'm honestly afraid because I don't know if I can learn that quickly. Like whatever. Why did you pick up the book? Why Jim Quick instead of something else? Like, there's tons of books. Why'd you pick this one? And you just take me inside the story of all of those things, and then people watching will connect with the journey. And as you go through the journey, you develop the skills to then go back and teach.
Okay. Oh, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
I'm not exactly sure what else to ask.
I think that's it. Like, now it's momentum. Yeah. Now it's doing it, right? Now it's making, go make that, do it today. Make your YouTube video, 10 minutes of making the bed. Go in your room, mess up the bed because it's made, right? It's made today, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
Mess it up and then make your 10-minute video just talking about the importance of making a bed and how it's had an impact on your life over the past year.
Okay.
And then post YouTube videos.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I guess it's just good to know that it's like you don't necessarily need these qualifications in order to be able to teach something. You can just kind of go out there and do it. So
your qualifications are living and the desire to help, right? And you've got it. You've got the desire to help in space. I can feel it. Like, you got a huge heart. You want to help. You want to give back. You want to serve. I feel it.
Thank you.
You got to live it now. You got to live it. You got to do it. You got to experience it. And then the more you do that, the more you'll be able to help. You don't need a degree. I went to university for commerce. Like, I thought I was going to be in stocks or something. Not for this.
Yeah,
at
I've seen that story.
Right. I don't have any coaching certification. Like, that stuff doesn't matter. All of your heroes don't have. Is Harvard now teaching people how to be coaches? Like, don't worry about that stuff.
No. Right.
Get out and do.
Okay. Well, I guess the last thing I just want to end with, because I know you're on a tight schedule, is I just want to say, just thank you for your content, because through your book, I learned my 3 core values, which were growth, love, and service, which led me to empowerment.
Nice.
I found that those are my credos, and empowerment, that was my one word. That's really what I want to help with. And I just want to say thank you for, all that you've done. And I hope to hopefully one day work with you.
I love it, man. It's already happening. And listen, the biggest thing that people miss, I think, with the one word exercise is you need it for yourself constantly. It's not just about empowering others. You need to every day empower yourself.
Right. And because of that, around my whole work area, I got books that I really want to read. I have people that, I really want to one day be able to talk to and work with. So, I've kind of I've learned to do that within my own space. And, it's just been a great journey so far.
Yeah. But now more and bigger, right? So the books is easy for you. It's the things that get your heart beating, like saying yes to this Instagram Live. You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it's probably going to be good, but who knows?
Right. I was literally wondering, what question am I going to ask him? I haven't fully got started yet. Literally the whole time I was like, am I going to really be able to answer the right questions? How will you say? And now we're here. And it's kind of it's very simple.
You got to think about the areas where you doubt yourself, like making a YouTube video. Do I know enough to get started? That's when you need empower, because it's easy for you to go pick up a book now. Maybe 2 years ago, it wasn't so easy, or 3 years ago, or 5 years ago, you'd never think about a Brendon Burchard book. And now it's super easy. Of course, I'm going to go read the next book. So your standards have gone up. So now reading is easy. Making the bed is not a big thing anymore. It's part of what you do. It's not hard. Right. So what's hard? Making a YouTube video is hard.
Social media
is hard, right? Speaking at your old high school is hard, right? Those are the things now that you need to empower yourself to say, I'm going to do this thing. My heart's beating like crazy. That means it's go time. That means I need to empower myself to step up.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Okay. Make the video and send it to me. DM me the YouTube video. I want to see it. Put it in the group. Wait, you're a part of Movement Makers, right?
Yes.
Put it in the Movement Makers group and ask for feedback.
Okay.
That's your homework.
Okay, I'll do it.
Today. It's what time is it for you? It's 2:30 for me.
It is 11:33 a.m.
Oh, you got extra time. You're on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Today, the bed video, post it to YouTube, and then post it in Movement Makers. You got to do it, man. Make it happen. Post it.
Okay.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.